2023 is over and a new year has begun. You probably have a whole list of New Year's resolutions, such as going to the gym and shrinking that inner tube, which has gotten more enormous thanks to all the Christmas cooking you shoved down your pie hole. And you probably swore to treat your family and friends a lot better. Well, you can add one more New Year's resolution to your list. Hi, SA here, and when I'm not sounding like a complete knucklehead on the computer, I'm also a published author, and I have a deal for you. Remember to get your copy of Glitch, a precarious duo, and its sequel, Glitch, The Future is Unwritten. You can get them on either Kindle or paperback. Both are available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other fine bookstores. The links are down below in the description. You will enjoy this crime thriller tale of a kidnapped teen model and a reluctant jewel thief who are on the run from the law while on the treadmill at the gym. And I'm not just some one-hit wonder either. I have more books coming down the pike, so as long as I don't die in my sleep. Stuart? Stuart? You'll see those other books too. Now let's get back to the video. Well, again, essay here. Where does food come from? Well, it depends what kind of food you're looking for, I suppose. I mean, if you're looking for like a quarter pounder or a Big Mac with 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onion, and a sesame seed bun, well, you know where to go. Go to McDonald's. But if you're looking for something a little bit more interesting, like say a $6 burger, go to Carl's Jr. Or if you were a kid when I was growing up, you went to Burger King. And you say, why Burger King? Because that's where the original Whopper came from. And some of you right now are saying, hold on. Back when I was a kid, a Whopper was no joke. I mean, the sandwich was legit. I mean, for example, you're probably familiar with a typical paper plate. Usually about 11 inches across diameter. No bullshit. When I was growing up, that quarter pounder burger would nearly fill that entire paper plate. I mean, the thing was huge. It was massive. It was ridiculous. And it wasn't all bun and no meat. No. They didn't skimp on the meat. I mean, the thing was good, real good. I mean, you had all the basic ingredients. You had the meat, you had your tomatoes, you had your lettuce, you had your pickle, had your onion, and cheese if you wanted cheese, on a sesame seed bun, and it was good, real good. This video is not so much about fast food. It's about food in general. So so what is about food? Well, I'm getting to that point. Where does food really come from? Comes from, nope, not from the farm. Comes from agriculture. And you say, oh, that. Yeah, that. Because people tend to forget nowadays. But there was a time when agriculture didn't exist. No, it didn't exist. I mean, people were around, but agriculture wasn't. Then you say, so how did people eat? Yeah, there's the rub. Yeah, because back in the Neolithic period, you know, back during the days of Conan the Barbarian, even though he's a fictional character, but if you read those Conan books, that's when he was running around chopping people's heads off. But anyway, yeah, It was during that time when agriculture became a thing. Indeed, if you look in the history books, they said that before then, humans were hunter-gatherers, which means when you left the cave and went out looking for food, it was basically hit or miss. In other words, if you found some water buffalo, or if it was during one of the ice ages and found some damn woolly mammoth, if you didn't take that thing down and keep it down, and maybe cut off the tail at the very minimum, or maybe take your stone tool and cut some of the damn thigh, or some big old hunk of meat off the thigh, guess what? You're not going to eat, and all the people back in the cave, they're not going to eat either. So yeah, hunter gathering, it wasn't easy. Yeah, because you heard the phrase, "It takes a village." Yeah, well, back in the hunter-gatherer days, that was true. And then the worst thing about it was sometimes the hunter would be the hunted, especially ran across paths with some saber-toothed tiger who decided you look like dinner. Yeah, believe me, you would definitely be in a world of shit at that point. But humans, who are not entirely stupid, they decided, you know what, we gotta do better. And they did. And according to the history books, in multiple places all over the earth, humans started cultivating plants. First it was oats, barley, rice. Oh yeah. In fact, the Chinese, you could thank them for your damn the rice in your rice and beans, or the rice in your fried rice. Yeah, according to history books, they cultivated that damn rice back around, I think it was somewhere around 10,000 BC. Yeah, that long ago. And then, of course, the wild boars were turned into domestic pigs. That took a little bit longer, because anyone who's ever confronted a wild boar, ooh, yeah, those things are no joke. And of course, right now you're probably saying, "Wild boar? Those ain't just pigs." Yeah, pigs that will kill you if they catch you out in the open and you don't got no 30-06. I ain't kidding. You have no idea how many people have been killed by wild boars, even in the here and now. But long ago, humans, they were able to domesticate them and basically turn them into pork sausage. Of course, that came later. Well, of course, thanks to modern ingenuity and modern technology and fertilizer and whatnot, agriculture practically runs itself. Because just a mere 200 years ago, growing crops, nothing fancy, just like wheat and corn, that was labor intensive. That took a lot of effort, and sometimes it didn't work out. I mean, you will have damn boll weevils and damn locusts show up and eat your damn crops, and well, guess what? You're not gonna be eating. You're not gonna be harvesting any crops this year. Yeah, that happened a lot. But thanks to modern tech, you rarely ever hear stories about boll weevils and damn locusts eating up people's crops anymore. And you could thank Monsanto for that. Yeah, but I'm not going to get into those clowns. And that's why the human race has grown so big and large, and not just in the waistline. Yeah, because just a few centuries ago there was barely 1 billion people on the earth. But because of modern science and modern technology, agriculture provided ready food for everyone, and therefore populations grew, as well as people's waistlines, which I'm not going to get into. Well, guess what? Here in the modern era, in the 2020s, there are people who think that agriculture is bad, that agriculture is wrong. And in fact, they have a word for it. They call it ecocide. And you say, what the hell is that? Well, it's basically a made-up word. But it's basically a word that some of these climate catastrophe people are using now to explain why agriculture is bad. And now, of course, at this point, you're saying, what's bad about agriculture? We don't have agriculture, we don't eat. Precisely. Well, that's the problem with these climate catastrophe people. Because it's just a means to an end. And what's the end game? Well, if you've seen Greta, the Thunberg chick, talking about oil is bad, or talking about carbon is bad. Well, that's just a means to an end. And you said, but what's the end game? I'm getting that part. The end game is you. And you say, me? Oh yeah, you and the fool sitting next to you. You're the end game. Because too many smart people, real smart people, who are look at these climate catastrophe people and complain about, carbon footprints and carbon this and carbon that. What they're really complaining about is people. And you say, what's wrong with people? Well, as far as the climate catastrophe people are concerned, everything. In other words, as far as they're concerned, man and women are the problem. Therefore, get rid of men and women, no more problem. And you say, well, that sounds like genocide. Oh, really? You think so? Of course, they don't use that word. Oh no, they never. That word never comes out of these climate catastrophe people's mouths. Why? Because they figure that most people are not as dumb as they look. Therefore, they use these weird made-up words like ecocide to explain what they really want to do. And therefore, these people, when they run their mouths out about ecocide, well, I'm going to show you a little clip and you can see for yourself. You ready? Here we go.
I mean, ecocide as a word is becoming better known around the world, and the concept is generally mass damage and destruction of nature. But legally speaking, what our organisation and other collaborators aim to do is to have this recognised legally as a serious crime. Because one of the issues that sort of pervades all of this discussion is that we have a kind of cultural, very ingrained habit of not taking damage to nature as seriously as we take damage to people and property. And that, I mean, if you're campaigning for human rights, at least mass murder, torture, all of these things are serious crimes. But there's no equivalent in the environmental space. Unlike an international crime like genocide that involves a specific intent, with ecocide, what we see is actually what people are trying to do, what businesses are trying to do, is make money, is farm, is fish, is do all of these things that are producing energy and so on as well. But what's missing is the awareness and the conscience around the side effects, around the collateral damage that happens with that.
All right. Now you just got a snippet of what that crazy woman was just talking about. But if you work your way through all the damn $50 words, she's basically saying, let's stop growing food because agriculture is bad, because it's causing damage to the climate. Now, of course, right now you're saying, oh, that woman's full of beans. Well, not for much longer if she gets her way. And then, of course, you say, well, if these people stop agriculture, how are people going to eat? Precisely. That's the end game. These people say, oh, agriculture is bad because it's causing ecocide, so let's stop growing food. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, how are people gonna get their damn Burger King or their damn Carl's Jr. or their damn raggedy ass McDonald's? Yeah, they're not thinking that far ahead. But then again, they are thinking that far ahead. They basically don't want you to eat. And then you say, well, if I don't eat, I die. Precisely. They want you to die. And then they say, if I die, then what happens to me and my family? Well, too bad for you. And then, oh, it gets worse. Then they go one step further and say they don't want people to have even little home gardens. And you say, me, I can't grow parsley in my damn kitchen? Nope, not even that. Now, of course, my mother, she was a farm girl from Arkansas. And she taught us all how to grow crops. And you say, what, you guys had your own farm? Well, not exactly. We had our own home garden. And even though we lived in South Central, we had enough land on our property, and we grew our own little garden. And what did we grow? What did we not grow? I mean, we grew tomatoes, we grew lettuce, we grew sweet potatoes, we grew cucumbers, celery, and even grew onions. Yeah, we grew all kinds of stuff. In fact, while we grew, we grew so many vegetables. We actually gave some vegetables to our next door neighbors. We had so much. And of course, the damn birds, they came and got their little piece too. Yeah, in fact, one year, the damn local birds, when they discovered our tomatoes, man, they just turned those things into a damn confetti. You know, pecked holes all through all the damn tomatoes. What a joke. Yeah, didn't have tomatoes that year. But still, these people, they clearly don't like people. And they clearly have an antagonism towards all things humans. And then, of course, you say, but why are they doing it? Because they hate people. It goes back to the damn people at the damn economic forum. You know, the damn stupid Klaus Schwab people. These people somehow got it in their cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs heads that there's too many people on the planet, therefore they have to basically cull the herd, as you used to say back in the old days. Except humans are not cattle. You know, humans are humans. But they want to get rid of our ability to feed ourselves, and when they get rid of the ability to feed ourselves, you have a huge die out. But of course, you say, what happens to them? Well, apparently, they plan to go hang out with Bill Gates at one of his farms and eat his magical mystery meat concoctions. And of course, anyone who's been paying attention has probably heard about that garbage. Was it called impossible meat? Some kind of garbage grown in a laboratory? Yeah. Well, most people tried that stuff and they said, man, I'd rather eat dog food. This stuff tastes so awful. And indeed, wait for it, you ready? Even Burger King, until fairly recently, was trying to sell that garbage. And people who I know actually tried one of those impossible burgers, and they said, tasted initially like meat, but then the aftertaste hit you, and they said it was just bad. They said they didn't finish the damn thing. And the worst thing about it was they had to pay extra. How much extra? If I remember correctly, I think they told me that the damn Impossible Meat Burger at at Burger King was over $6. And you say, well, isn't it all that fast food is high? Well, yeah, but this was back before Biden was in office, where you could probably go to Burger King and get your damn standard issue Whopper, which I'm sorry to say it has shrunk a little since the days of Nixon and Ford. You could get it for about $2.50. Yeah, now it probably is about $6 now. I haven't been to Burger King in a while, so there you go. But yeah, they said that Impossible Burger, a few years ago. Yeah, that thing was I think it was over $6. And that thing was just unbelievably bad. Oh my God, these people. Yeah, well, these knuckleheads. Unless these people are suicidal, and have to admit, I think some of them are. They basically want the human race gone, and basically leave the planet to the dogs and cats and cockroaches. Will they succeed? Only if good people sit by and let them. Yep, that's right. Well, that's all I have to say about ecocide nonsense from these people at the World Economic Forum. And that's my opinion.